Hey there again, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Today I bring you a little Mavic Pro drone footage, and I assume in 4K, from the Gatlinburg fire area. I did just want to take a second to thank everybody. I've received a lot of kind words, some feedback, and I really do appreciate it. I'd really appreciate it a lot more if you guys could please like the video and subscribe to my channel. It's really the only way I have to know if you guys like the things I'm putting up as far as videos and the places I'm flying the drone and everything. So please go do that, like right now. That would be awesome. Thanks. So as I was saying, today we were in the Gatlinburg fire area. For those of you unfamiliar, this fire took place in November of 2016. It happened the weekend after Thanksgiving, if memory serves. As you can see here, I'm flying in on the Highlands condominium complex. Obviously completely gutted there. I do want to warn everybody that there's going to be some transitions here, and you may wonder why. Well, at this point in my drone flying experience, my drone flying is much like my salsa dancing, and not very good. So I'm saving you a trip to the drugstore and about $7 worth of Dramamine because of the herky-jerky, nauseating movements I seem to can't avoid with my drone. Sure, I could be the kind of guy that blames it on the weather, but it was an absolutely gorgeous day, real low wind. Be that as it may, as you can see as I fly a little closer into the Highlands complex here, you can see the scorch marks there, man. It's just incredible that and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, I'm not a fire scientist or anything, but it must have been a very intense fire, just judging from those scorch marks. Man, you can even see a little crumblage of the cinder blocks here, which makes me wonder are they done on this site? I know they've cleared all the debris, obviously, but is the structure here sound enough? Are they going to come through and raise the whole thing? Because the masonry might be compromised. I'm not an engineer either, so I know you guys are finding this all hard to believe, but I'm not. I've got a personal connection to the area. I worked at a go-kart track down in Pigeon Forge for a couple of years, so I can really remember how viable this area was. Now, I don't remember this place in specific, but just the area in general has always been crazy busy with tourism, and the chalets and condominiums and stuff were big business, and it's pretty crazy to see how it's just gone. So I will say this, if somebody out there can answer my question about the viability of these structures like this, maybe not this one, I would appreciate it. Let me know. Guys, I'm pulling out here. You'll get a better view of the whole complex here. Okay, here you go. So you see, I'm assuming that building on the left is also part of the Highlands complex there. And I'm just going to fly a little. I'll fly into this building as well. But look at the nice view of Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg's a great little town. I've always called it the beach without a beach. They've got a great I guess Main Street little area there with some cool little bars and really fun. I mean, Tennessee is probably one of the friendliest places on the planet anyway. But then you add this to it. So Gatlinburg's a fun little town. Even though like I said, I worked at a go-kart track down here and know just the general you know, how the sausage is made, so to speak, or in the touristy areas. It's still a lot of fun to go up there and hang out and be a tourist. I just tip real generous when I'm over there. Like I was saying, guys, flying into this complex too, sorry, a lot of the same stuff. There's only so many gutted buildings you can drone, but, you know, my impression really isn't so much of the gutting of the buildings and that sort of thing. Really more about, we drove up and just saw all sorts of signs of recovery from this thing. I know one of the things that stuck in my mind is the green grass that has been growing on the side of the road where the fire came down. I'm sure that's something to do with what they used to put out the fire. Once again, I will yield to smarter brains. I know for sure I've got some friends that could answer that question. And if you haven't gotten this far in the video, shame on you. Anyway, still taking a look at this. And that was what I was saying about the grass. That's part of the recovery thing I was talking about. Just that green grass, and you can see you know, new growth in the forest as we drove up. And we were in this area 3 or 4 times, either just driving around or launching the drone. So had a lot of chances to see that, and even to a greater extent, you know, look at the drone footage here, folks. You didn't see, you know, as you fly over this stuff, you didn't see very many of these sites there wasn't somebody working on something there. So I think it's I think that's pretty encouraging to see, especially when you consider, look, if you really want to see a really good before and after, go check out Google Maps. Google Maps has not updated their imagery at all for this area, so you can get a really good idea of what was and what is, and it's a pretty crazy view on that. But I mean, even still, like I said, as you fly over, you see, you know, you see a lot of things going on. You see every stage of construction, you know, from studs and drywall to completed houses that look like they were done, you know, within the last couple of days. So, you know, the place will come back. There's no doubt about that. It's a shame that this, you know, the rebuilding aspect of this is something that is driving the economic engine around here to a certain extent. But you know, it's good to see that at least it is happening. You know, it could be one of those places like you know, nothing in my head, but you know, something like this could happen to another town, another place, and that would be it for the town. You know, maybe nobody ever comes back, but you know, we saw the traffic proves that Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge will certainly survive this, and we certainly were down in town a couple different times because you got to eat, and we had some pretty good meals. And let's face it, folks, I like to talk, and it wasn't real hard for me to strike up a conversation with people. So, and as we talked to them, I mean, obviously, you know, you can't find anybody who wasn't directly affected by this fire that lives locally here. And, you know, I would expect some level of bitterness from people, just judging from my own character flaws and how bitter I would be if something like this was going on. But you didn't see it, folks. Not, you know, people could have been real hateful about it, but you know, they're just getting on with life. And I tell you what, I really admire that, because I just don't know if I would have it in me to be so, I don't know. I'd probably curl up in the fetal position. Who knows, folks? All right, just the closing moments of this video, and I want to thank everybody so much for watching, and I really do appreciate all the feedback and the kind words that everyone's given me thus far on these videos. Your comments and suggestions are always welcome. I would appreciate it a lot more if you guys could go and like the video and subscribe to my channel. It really is the best way I have to determine if I'm putting the right stuff up for you. So just go do it now, and thanks so much, remember, there is a part 2 to this video that will give you a wider sense of the fire and such. So check that out, and we will talk to you soon.